Bantamweights Marlon Moraes and Corey Sandhagen clash this Saturday in the main event at UFC Fight Island 5. While in the co-main event, Edson Barbosa fights Makwan Amirkhani. And you can watch the entire event live by signing up for ESPN Plus for just $5.99 per month or $49.99 for 1 full year. Don't wait, click on the link in the description and sign up for ESPN Plus today.
That's funny too. There's people on here talking about PEDs. So you guys know, I actually had a visit from USADA yesterday at the gym, and 3 days before that, they took urine. All right, USADA's been here. They have tested me. They've taken blood. They've taken urine numerous times now. So hey, if I'm clean, they're gonna come back negative. If I'm positive, you guys are all gonna get your wish, and you guys are gonna get your small little minds, that think the human body is only capable of what I have going for me through performance-enhancing drugs. That small little mind of yours is going to be blown whenever you see that I'm going to pass all of these USADA tests. And it's really going to say so much about you, so much more about you than it does about me.
Fight Island. Ready to go. I got my setup, got my video game. I'm ready. Good night, everyone. Time to get some rest. Hopefully I can get 8 hours. Wake up around 5 hours left to Abu Dhabi. I'm close to the Fight Island.
Guys, I'm not going to Abu Dhabi for the UFC with Brian. About a month ago, my wife and I tested positive for COVID, and 2 weeks of quarantine, tested negative. We were clear, back to work, back to teaching. A week ago, UFC sends us test kits. We do the test, I test negative, and then we go to Vegas to quarantine and be tested in Vegas before getting on the flight to Abu Dhabi. The test that I did yesterday in Vegas before this morning's flight to Abu Dhabi tested positive. And I spoke to the UFC doctors and I said, you guys, I was positive a month ago, and they say that the kind of residual effect of COVID can be in your body for up to 3 months after you have it and test positive. And I said, yo, it's residual. I was asymptomatic then, I feel nothing now, I'm good to go. And you know, they were great, but they reiterated, they said, Rener, if you get to Abu Dhabi and you test positive, there, you're gonna quarantine for 14 days in Abu Dhabi before they even let you come home. And you're not gonna be able to go to the fight. You won't be participating in anything. So they said it's better not to go, and there's zero tolerance. Even if you've had COVID already and have developed the antibodies and you're good to go, you're in the clear. So they said, even though you're not contagious, you can't go with a positive COVID test. You guys, I was so bummed. So bummed. And of course, I let Brian know, this is yesterday, we were in Vegas together, the whole team getting there ready to go. At first, Brian thought I was joking because I had tested negative already twice in the last 2 weeks. And I wasn't. And you know, of course, he's super bummed. But I assured him, I said, Brian, luckily, this skill set that I bring to the table and that, you know, I've coached you for over 15 years in, is the most ingrained in you of all your skill sets in fighting. And it's the one that you least need coaching on. So if anyone has to stay behind, it should be me. Brian has grown tremendously as a fighter over the last 2 years. He's had a lot of time to grow and really reevaluate himself and his objectives. And he's brought on an incredible team. Coach Paul, Coach Jason, Chewy, Dino, the whole crew tested negative, so they're all there with him.
Beats Justin Gaethje, he wants his 30th fight to go for 30-0 against George St. Pierre. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, look, you need to focus on Justin Gaethje because it's going to be a hard. It's not going to be a walk in the park. But the thing is, I'm 39. 3 years ago when I retired, we tried to make the fight happen, you know, and I was all in. I was trying to make the fight happen, and UFC didn't want to do it. And now 3 years have passed by, you know, and I don't know if the UFC gonna change their mind, you know, and even the UFC want to make the fight, they change their mind. The stars need to be aligned. You know, time have passed by. I haven't cut weight for a long time. I think Khabib want to make that fight at 155. I never fought at 155. I can surely do 155 because I'm not a big welterweight. But the problem is I never been there, so maybe my performance could be compromised. So one of the principle of the art of war is to know the terrain. He knows the terrain. He fought at 155 his whole career. I do not. So we need to find a place where we could both not knowing the terrain. So we'll see.
Colby or Masvidal? Masvidal. I like Masvidal. I think Colby's a punk. I've always liked Masvidal because I used to train with him. I used to come down here to Florida back in the day when I first started fighting, and I would come down here with Tyron Woodley. He was training at ATT, and I'll always remember and I'll always commend George Masvidal for this. I was his size-ish, 180 something pounds, 190 pounds at the time, and he wanted to get better at wrestling, and he said, that guy right there, I want to wrestle with him. And I'm like, me, dude, I just freaking got done with nationals. I'm an all-American wrestler, you know, the best wrestler in this room right now. And he's like, I want to go with him. And we just went go after go after go. And I would take him down, and he would scramble back up. And I would try to take him down, and then he would stop me. He would get up against the cage. He had really great hips, really great feet, really great footwork, really great fast feet, good takedown defense. He had surprisingly good takedowns as well. The guy threw himself into the fire with the best wrestler in the practice room again and again and again and again. And his propensity and passion to get better at wrestling really stuck with me. I remember that, and I thought, okay, that guy right there, he's going to be something someday, you know, because at the time he wasn't a big name. He was kind of a guy who was kind of in and out, up and down, wasn't doing great. And then he went to Bellator, lost to Tobi Amata, and then he went to the UFC and went up and down, and now here he is, one of the biggest names in the sport. So I'm proud of him, proud of what he has done, but it doesn't surprise me because I go back to that story and think, well, if that guy right there wants to get better at something and he chooses the hardest route possible to become good at something, he's obviously going to make it. So Masvidal all day long.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.